You have to come out, you have to show your numbers, because society thinks that we don't exist.
I understood my gender and sexual identity as a child.
When I came out and when I started dating, I just saw that there are many other genders whom I do feel attracted towards, like non-binary people, gender fluid people. I'm dating a trans man. So I got to know later that I am a polysexual person. But as far as gender identity is concerned, I was really young when I was sure of it. Like, I didn't know the term transgender, but I knew I was a woman. I knew I would grow up to be a woman.
बचपन से मुझे सिर्फ लड़के ही पसंद थे, लेकिन मुझे समझ में आ रहा था कि मैं कौन हूँ. लेकिन जब सत्यमेव जयते आया तो उस वक्त मुझे पता चला कि नाम है गे. तो मुझे लगा कि अरे ये तो मैं हूँ, शायद मेरे लिए ये शब्द बना हुआ है.
In 9th standard I had a phone with internet, so I started looking up for porn like every other teenager, and I was like, okay, why am I focusing on the guy so much? And like, I'm not interested in boobs, you know, like they seem soft and squishy, but no. So I then decided to look up things like man on man, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's called gay. Okay, it means I'm gay. And I never had an idea of like what gender I would, fall into as a kid.
So I was a very disciplined kid in school. I used to be one of the discipline monitors, and I used to tell other people to, crop your hair short, whatever the rules were. After the vacation, I did not crop my hair because I did not want to, and it was pretty long. And my favorite teacher told me, what happened to you? You can do one thing, you can keep it long, but from tomorrow you have to make braids and you have to come in skirts. I was on the verge of saying, yes ma'am, I would come, would you let me? But I could not say that because I was very afraid. I knew this was going on inside me from a very young age, but I could never speak up until a year ago. Hi, I'm Doel. Professionally, I'm a copywriter in digital marketing. I do part-time music and poetry performances. I identify as a transgender woman and a polysexual person.
Coming out to my family was easy.
Surprisingly, it was. I anticipated a lot of drama and many things. I was going to a psychologist for 6 months who was actually leading me how I can come out to my parents in a very effective way. I was very afraid, but when I did it, they were like absolutely okay with it, both of them. I feel really privileged and lucky that that happened with me, but that's not the case with most of the people I see around.
My parents don't know English or Hindi very well, and talking about queer issues or talking about liberal thoughts is very difficult in regional languages because there's no vocabulary there. My dad hasn't talked to me in a long time because he's a misogynistic asshole. I'm not, so we don't talk. And my mom is like, what is this? What are you doing? And I'm like, sit down. I'm going to explain you things. So I told her that what I am is called non-binary in Marathi, which is very difficult. I had to tell her that this is male, this is female, there's a rainbow of genders between, and I'm somewhere on the rainbow sometimes when I feel like, and sometimes I'm not on the rainbow because I don't feel like it.
I had started this online campaign called the Visibility Campaign, where I was basically collecting stories from queer persons and like amplifying them. So when I started that campaign, I sent the link to my mother, and she saw that there are stories unlike her own, and then she knew that like the LGBTQ plus spectrum exists. Then I came out to her. Like, I am not entirely on the strongly agree side, because when it was her own daughter coming out, she was a bit hesitant.
Coming out was hard for me because I wasn't ready to accept myself. Hi, I'm Deepak. I'm 18 years old. I identify as queer/pansexual.
I wish I wasn't LGBTQ+.
It's hard sometimes being different from heterosexuals. Like, I fear them. I might be killed. Someone might beat me up. And I sometimes wish that I could change, but I can't.
I can relate to their experiences as I am always scared and I'm always on my tiptoes about being killed or being attacked by anyone when I'm just walking down the street. So I have wished about it, but this queer identity has given me liberal thoughts, a very queer-centric life, a lot of friends who actually care about me and understand me.
I would have missed out many things if I was not a part of the LGBTQIA community, because I'm not being very judgmental, but most cishet people I know are very boring. I'm so sorry.
They are.
I wish to move here. Like,
Come closer.
yeah.
Come closer, brother.
It is okay to remain in the closet.
For the safety of the person, that's something I cannot opine about. It's on the individual, whatever he, she or they do for their own safety. But why I am not on the strongly agree part? Because the society expects us to be in the closet. I chose to fight, and I'm not telling everybody should fight or everybody is in the privilege to fight.
There's scenarios where people get killed, where people are tortured, where people are put in conversion therapies, people are given medicines, shocks, taken to babas. So I think it's okay to stay in the closet until you're financially independent, to move out and do things on your own.
You don't come out to the closet, you can't ask for your rights. You have to come out, you have to show your numbers, because society thinks that we don't exist.
I want to change my point to agree. His point is also valid about visibility. Even in 2013, when Supreme Court just like switched away the decision and recriminalized Section 377, they were like, we are minuscule minorities, which doesn't specifically need rights. So I think visibility is very important right now.
Just to add this, if you don't tell your own story, someone will tell your own story in wrong way. So better you tell your own story in your way.
I think that, the onus is not on the oppressed to get rid of their oppressions. As queer persons, we don't owe our identification to anybody. Hi, I'm Devarati. I'm 26 years old. I identify as a queer bisexual woman. I'm a lawyer and I work in an NGO. Most of my work is at the intersections of gender, sexuality and disability.
My rights are not recognized.
Yay.
Do we have equal marriage rights as our heterosexual counterparts? We do not. Do we have equal adoption rights, equal rights to surrogacy? I am a lawyer myself, but still I have very little faith in the legal system or any system that caters to state machinery.
The system right now, and I'm using system with a CA because it is a very cis patriarchal society which doesn't recognize us as people. There's rights such as Trans Bill 2019, which is a very fucked up bill. It says that you have to stand in front of a panel and they decide if you're trans or no. I'm like, no, you don't get to decide what I am. There's rape laws for trans people. If you're a trans person and you get sexually assaulted or raped, the punishment is only 6 months to 2 years. While if it is a cis woman, that's 5+ years. And no one's to talk about it. Everyone's all about putting a rainbow on the brand. Plus our PM puts up tweets about 49 people killed in Orlando. Oh, my prayers are with them. But he doesn't recognize that we have 1.3 billion people and 20% of it is queer, and we don't get anything.
I would like to add that 20% is out of the closet. So there are many inside the closet. I don't know.
Right.
We can be the better vote bank for a party. Yes. But anyway, that's not the point. Tomorrow I'm going to shift to a new place because my owner doesn't want a person who is assigned male at birth wearing skirts. He told my flatmate that तेरा भाई आजकल skirt पहन के घूम रहा है, मुझे पसंद नहीं तुम लोग. You can move out somewhere else. That's very personal. So I don't have right to safe shelter. 377 was scrapped, which is nothing to celebrate really because there is nothing to celebrate about not being criminals. One of this really popular supermodel, her name is Shivali Chhetri. So she was molested by 3 men in a bar and the police did not take a complaint of molestation or sexual assault. The charges that the police insisted her to file on them was physical violence.
Well, this is very heartbreaking, but police is nothing good for us. Since the beginning of queer rights movement, they have never been on our side. Unless we take people in power accountable for their actions, I don't think things are going to change.
मुझे भरोसा है अपनी जुडिशियल पे और अपनी गवर्नमेंट पे भी. मुझे लगता है कि अपना टाइम भी आएगा. Hi, this is Anil Ukande. I work with an NGO called Samvati Trust, which works for LGBT rights from last 18 years. I identify myself as a gay man.
I would rather live abroad.
If I go abroad, that would be something unlike what Sylvia Rivera did or Marsha P. Johnson did, right? And it's because of them we are holding such event today. I'm grateful to them, and I cannot stop that, and I expect everything the society doing for me. I love the land which I was born in, and I like the culture of this place. So I do not want to go outside. If I go out, I will go out of the context which is actually defining me. And it doesn't really matter if I go and walk in the LGBTQIA pride of Canada or New Zealand.
My journey into queer movement and queer politics and my understanding of things have all been here. And I don't want to start a personal discovery from scratch again.
Everyone judges here. Obviously, people judge there too. But there's difference. At least I would get to be a little bit of myself there.
What do you mean by abroad? If you mean USA, even then it is very fucked up. 369 transgender deaths last year. Certain countries give LGBTQIA people a lot of rights, but those countries, if you mark their foreign policies, they are very, very nationalistic. So it's not expected that a person who is a migrant would, in effect, enjoy all the rights that the people of that nation are enjoying.
Hi, my name is Rishi. I'm 20 years old. I identify as non-binary, transgender. My pronouns are they, them. I've been helping around with events, queer events around Pune.
My sexuality defines my identity.
Any conversation with a stranger, I bring up my sexuality or my gender because that's a huge part of me. That has helped me discover who I am. And I think that also is applied to straight people, because when you are hanging out with a straight crowd, they always talk about their dates or their partners or their families, and it's very cisgendered, it's very heteronormative.
If a person is a director and gay, it's like he's a gay director. If a person is a heterosexual director, he's just a director. When in society, the sexuality of cishet people is not defining their identity, why should it define ours? But I am not on the neutral side, because as far as visibility is concerned and the movement is concerned, it is defining my identity to a great extent. But in the ideal situation, it should not be the defining element.
Had I not been a queer person, then I would have been someone completely different. I am not entirely there because there are also various other things that define me. Like, I live a multi-dimensional life.
My presence makes people feel uncomfortable.
And there'll be some people who I wanted to be friends with, who I want to approach and talk, or even my superiors. It was very awkward because me being myself, wearing some makeup or different outfits, was not okay. I was working in Amazon as a customer service executive, and I walked in as a boy, and it was traditional day, and I had a ghagra with me. So I walked out the washroom, and people were like just stunned, like, what is happening? I don't look that beautiful.
In public transport, mostly, there are so many pairs of eyes just looking at you. When you're looking back at them, they feel uncomfortable. Even if they're sitting beside me, they would be a little conscious what to do or what not to do. Okay, I can't say anything. She's not harming me. But again, she's not like the person who is sitting on my right side. It's very difficult to ignore it.
There's no unisex washroom in all these corporates, even though they are so inclusive. I go in the washroom and there's guys around, and some people don't even wash their hands, if I'm near the sink, they just rush out, and some people would just come in and oh okay, and they would just walk out because they're not comfortable with me.
I feel that people get uncomfortable when I'm around because I don't fit in with the cishet people, and I don't fit in with the LGBT community very much. They expect me to be very loud, which I'm not. I'm an introvert. It's weird sometimes.
When I had long nice hair, I couldn't see left, right, because they're always in my face, and even if I tied them and I got attacked, someone could use it to push me to the ground. I can't see, I can't protect myself. That's why I cut off my hair, to protect myself, because living is more important than living the way I want.